actually becoming important in the field of education led them to have an immense amount of power and control, because still to this day, the CIA, for example, recruits from Jesuit universities. So you see, this means they have a lot of influence.
Why do Jesuits, look after education, for example, or even sports? Because they're very into sports and education. How did they get there? I mean, there was an empty space there, or they saw it first, or what?
Let me explain. When, for example, after he had this mystical experience that brought him to this cave near Marresa, which is the capital of the Basque country there, and he basically formulated the spiritual exercises. He eventually, like I said, got in trouble again with the Inquisition. He eventually, though, got to Paris, and that's where, with his other companions, he forms the nucleus of the original Jesuits. And he decides that in order to influence and to become also accepted as a religious order which could help the Vatican in their mission of counter-reformation, education could be actually established in the constitution of the order as one of their main purposes. And that's like, I mean, the Pope had other orders at the time. The Dominicans were in charge of the Inquisition. You have the Benedictines, who were very much the early, also, they were transcribing the books before the invention of and then invented the first printed book. So, I mean, these were the people, the orders that were established before. He had to offer something new. And like I said, he offered absolute obedience to the missions that the Pope will give them, and at the same time, the mission of education, because with education, they could form the elite and become themselves very influential, as they are still to this day. Here in America, the most influential universities are in the hands of the Jesuits. Georgetown University with Bill Clinton, or you have Fordham